Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to my Gig-Olos and Gig-Olettes. It's me, Gio. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Alright, I'm driving home after, I guess, I can almost guarantee my last Amazon block will be a disappointment earnings-wise, because it's all of 3 stops, so not gonna get a lot of tip revenue on that one. Alright, this is something I've been thinking about for the last few days, because I honestly, like, this whole situation with COVID-19, the pandemic, gig work being all fucked up, unemployment, it's such a mess. It's an enormous mess. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to my lovely girlfriend who got me these gray Ray-Bans. I've always wanted Ray-Bans with gray lenses, and now I own a pair. So this is a birthday present from her to me. I really appreciate it. And god damn, these things look cool as fuck. Alright, so anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't think many of you have considered the long-term effects of it. I mean, here's the thing. If you sit down and think about economically what this has done, like, we don't know how long it's going to take for recovery. Okay, the auto industry is going to get fucked. The housing market is getting fucked. The renting market is going to get fucked. Someone said you swear too much from that, but y'all know I fucking swear too much. All right, everything is getting turned on its head right now. Okay, it's such a gigantic, tumultuous time out here, and even when things go back to normal, because this is the new normal right now, covering up your mouth and nose everywhere you go, keeping 6 feet apart from everybody, you know, that is the normal right now. We don't know how long that's going to last, but even when things go back to how they were, when we're not going to have to cover up our mouth and face, and we're not going to have to stand 6 feet apart away from each other, and we're going to be able to shake hands, and we're going to be able to go to work, we're going to be able to go work out again, and we're going to be able to go to the movies, and we're going to be able to go to the restaurants, and whenever that is, that does not automatically mean Uber and Lyft is going back to normal. Okay? Because I read an article the other day from Robinhood where it was mostly talking about airlines, where it said commercial airlines are going to be one of the biggest, one of the biggest businesses affected by the pandemic, because when all this shit's over and done with, that doesn't mean there's going to be loaded flights every single, all day, every day. And one of the things that stuck out to me was that corporations are going to be doing less and less business travel. So there won't be, Steve will not be flying from New York to Chicago for a 1-hour meeting and flying back to New York from Chicago in the same day. Stacy won't be flying in for a conference on Tuesday morning and flying out Saturday afternoon. Business travel is going to be affected so much after this is over, because let's face it, it's kind of a wasteful. Why were all these executives and all stuff, like, what is the point of hopping on a plane and flying 3 hours when you could hop on your laptop and just Skype? You could just pick up your phone and go on a conference call. Business travel. All the consulting firms, they're not putting people on planes after this shit's over. At least not for the next couple of years. And how many of us, as full-time drivers in the rideshare game, relied on business travel? Right? My morning strategy was more or less dependent on waking up early, getting those business travelers in, and then taking care of the people that are doing the regular morning commute. That's not going to be the case anymore. Your business travelers they're not going to be around anymore. And let's say in Chicago there was 100,000 active rideshare drivers before March 14th of this year, 2020. Let's say everything recovers by September of this year. Let's say September 14th. the amount of rideshare drivers isn't gonna change drastically. If anything, you might lose a few. You might lose the renters, which I'll get into in a minute. But there's still going to be a lot of drivers back out there looking for those rides. And I think we're going to be in a permanent summer slowdown because there will not be business travel. The bum lots are going to be overcrowded. I mean, they're already pretty overcrowded, but they're going to be boiling over because there's going to be 200 bums for every 20 passengers. There won't be rides. There will not be surge. There won't be power zones. This is something to consider if you're a driver. I mean, like I mentioned before, the golden era of driving was when it first started. Then things got worse. I said myself, we're in the dark ages of driving a few months ago. Now this is the fucking 7th level of hell we're walking into when all this shit blows over, if it does, and even in the near future. Sorry, I'm listening to my GPS. I know how to get there. Stupid GPS. So it's like all those, those of you who want to get out there and make money driving, I don't think the money's going to be there. That's just me being real. The morning rush won't be anything like it used to be. I know those of you who hate pools and shared, I mean, now you're going to be seeing those, but it's literally going to be from super low income areas. I mean, how many thousands of times did I pick up people that worked in the healthcare industry and they took pools to go to I would take them to the hospital district over there, to the medical district by Streeterville. I mean, it happened thousands of times. It's not going to happen anymore. People aren't going to be taking pools. Pools and shared rides, thing of the past. I mean, like I said, unless it's super low income, you're not going to be seeing, you're not going to be seeing that much bar rushes anymore. Yeah, this is just something to consider. Another thing, too, is the future of Uber and Lyft itself. I honestly do feel that Uber and Lyft are in serious trouble. Serious fucking trouble right now. They're not making a fraction of, I don't know, let's say, I can't, my brain doesn't work quick enough to think in billions of dollars, but let's downscale this a little bit. If there was 100 people taking a ride, and let's say, instead of 100,000 people per day in Chicago, let's scale that down to 100. After all this nonsense is over, you're talking about maybe 60. The demand's just not going to be there, right? I just don't see it coming back soon. That's on top of the fact that there's not going to be business. Those are regular commuters. There will not be that much demand for the service after this shit's over and done with. Another thing I want to talk about too is the renters. The renters for that rent for the Hertz program from Uber or is that Lyft? I don't remember. Those are the crutch of Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft needs those. Those are the most abused and kind of hopeless portion of the driving population. But Uber and Lyft needs them just as much as the renters need that income. And guess what? When the income's not there, in 3, 4, 5 months, whenever things go back to normal, whatever that is, when a renter is paying $250 a week and they're only earning $800 after 50 hours, they're gonna be like, I can't do this. I'm spending $400 a week. I'm taking home $400 for all that time. They could literally, as much as I hate to say it, they can go get a minimum wage job and it would be a better situation than what it's going to be. Because like I said, business travel, dead. Regular commute is not going to be what it used to be. Those renters are all going to turn, it's already happened. a majority of the renters already turned in their cars. That's fucking up Uber and Lyft's bottom line really good. But Uber and Lyft, right now, they're hoping like, oh, when things return to normal, we're gonna get all those renters back. You know, like they'll be back, and they will for a month. They're gonna test the waters, and then they're gonna see right away they're not making any fucking money. They're gonna turn in their rentals, and that is gonna fuck up the rideshare industry so bad. Like, I'm almost confident in saying that Uber and Lyft, they're on a collision course with bankruptcy, I think. If things don't go better soon, if business as usual does not come back for Uber and Lyft in the next 3 to 4 months, I don't know what's going to happen. But I honestly think, like, with business travel pretty much being a thing of the past probably for the next few years, with regular commute not being what it used to be in major markets, and with renters, you know, not being a cornerstone of Uber and Lyft's business model, who knows what we're going to be who knows what it's going to be like in a few years. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time.